Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Flemdogs Truck Series. Man, oh man, we are here today at North Wilkesboro, classic old school track, and I am so excited for this race. This has always been such a great venue and a great place to race. And I'll tell you what, we get a bunch of guys here looking today to get themselves into the next round, the Championship 4. This is the round of 8, and I'll tell you what, a lot of good things are going to be coming tonight. Hopefully, we see not as much action as we saw at Martinsville. But it's going to be a really, really fun time here at North Wilkesboro. Frankie, alongside us again. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, Steve.
Love to hear it. What are your thoughts on today, man? How are we going to see this race and what's going to happen?
Martinsville was anything a couple weeks ago. It was probably a preview of what might happen tonight. What we have ahead of us, North Wilkesboro. Uh, Almost races like Martinsville. It's obviously a short track, and we'll just have to see what happens tonight.
Love to hear it, man. I mean, as far as like North Wilkesboro, right? I mean, you've done some laps here. I mean, what are what are these guys facing? Are turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 different, or I mean, what do you think about this place?
Yeah, three. I mean, it's a subtle difference. It's not a big difference, but it's definitely a subtle difference in how you drive into the corner, have to drive out. But the main thing is you gotta save your right side tires, right front and right rear. Meaning you can't drive into the corner too hard, and you can't be too aggressive on the exit with the throttle. So we'll see who can take care of the right sides today.
Awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'll tell you what, 150 laps here. Not a lot of laps, right? But stages, I mean, are going to be lap 40 and lap 90. These guys, fuel, Frankie, I mean, like, what's fuel looking like? I mean, how are these guys going to manage that?
So fuel wise, they should be pretty good. I mean, fuel at this place usually is around 70 laps in a truck. So I don't think we'll see anybody, or at least most people, pit in the first stage. Maybe not even until the end of stage two is when people might start to pit, depending on how cautions fly and whatnot.
Love to hear it. Well, right now we're gonna go live. Tell you what, right now we're in the middle of qualifying, and these guys are on heaters. Nick Beatty with an 18.95. That sounds like a fake number, but I'll tell you what, these guys are flying around this place. It's really, really cool to see. I mean, Frankie, like right now, the race we're kind of starting in the afternoons, about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, this track I noticed earlier, the slick temps were really making these cars slide like crazy, especially at a 4 and 2. So the temps right now are cooling off. Um, I guess what can we expect to see? This race right now is kind of tentative to end around sunset, maybe a little before it. Um, what are your thoughts on that?
So obviously, with the track conditions being a little hotter, you're gonna see guys sliding the right front, entering the corner, and maybe even the right rear, depending on how if they've loosened their trucks enough. And they're definitely gonna be sliding on exit, slipping that right rear tire. So, like I said, we'll see who takes care of those right side tires and who's been nice to them and who's been naughty to them. And we'll throw in a little Santa reference in there, but yeah, no, we'll see. Who can take care of their stuff the best, and who can most importantly keep a clean truck. It's a short track. Contact is expected at a place like North Wilkesboro.
Absolutely. Frankie's got his eyes set on Santa Claus. Meanwhile, Thomas Meek's trying to get this pole right now. Having a pretty decent year. Let's take a look and see what he can do here. Decent looking lap so far.
Yeah, let's see if he can wrap around the bottom in 3 and 4. Not too bad. He's gonna put it. Well, P8 for now.
P8, yeah. I mean, bottom of the barrel. But honestly, that's not a bad place to be, right? Because I mean, these races can be you just never know how they're going to end up. So being in the back, it's almost like a silver lining, any to avoid all the wrecks and stuff up front.
And you see, he doesn't go any quick. I mean, he goes quicker, but he doesn't move up any positions at all. 19:30 is his time. We have Edward Marshall, who put in a time of 19:03. Slots himself in the second place, a pretty good lap. That's right around where he ran in practice. And we'll see a couple guys, I think, that might surprise us. And I know a couple people that don't surprise me. Michael Bennett and Ryan Pisoko, those local short track races up in the Northeast, putting it on 3rd and 5th right now on the board.
It's good to see right now. These guys taking a quick break. It looks like all of our guys aren't going to be running. I guess we're going to find out to see who decides to make a lap and who doesn't. But I'll tell you what, Frankie. I mean, one guy who's not surprised me at all. I mean, who's looked so good all season. We just saw him, Charles Balance. Again, really, really good job. Has made his way into the top 8. So fantastic job for him. Trying to make his way into the championship 4, which honestly to me would be a huge underdog story, but would also be just really, really cool to see, obviously, for a driver of obviously his talent. One of our Cup guys too. He's one of our original founders, if you will, in this league, and would be awesome to see him pull out a really good finish here as well as in the championship. But right now, Joseph Mealy in that 9 Zion truck. I'll tell you what, this guy right now taking a huge advantage off of. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, Frankie, actually, we should talk about, is our good friend Nick Lights in that 4 truck. Not going to make the race tonight. Supposedly, I mean, obviously he probably would have, but 2 weeks ago in Martinsville, last week was an off week. Was penalized for a race ban due to some, I don't know, I guess unsportsmanlike conduct, if you can put that in racing terms, but also some on-track wrecking. So he won't be here today, but I'll tell you what, he's got a 51-point lead right now. He's got Talladega next week. I've got a funny feeling he's not going to have any issues making his way into the championship 4. But with that being said, Joseph Mealy, Matthew Ponce, these guys who are doing such a great job all season long, multiple wins. They're going to look to pounce here for sure.
Yeah, no, we got out of the playoff guys, Joseph up here at the top of the board at an 18.912. Good. I don't know if that'll be the pole lap, but that's right around where he ran in practice. 5/1000ths faster actually than what he ran in practice.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is really good, and we'll just have to see. Considering he is so far second in the playoff standings, he will most likely overtake Nick Lights, and another one that will most likely overtake Nick Lights in the playoff standings is Matthew Pont, Joseph's teammate.
Yeah.
See, I mean, he hasn't qualified yet, but he's got right around 2 minutes left. I think he could put up a time in 2 minutes.
Plenty of time.
Who knows? Yeah, he may be playing some strategy. I played this same strategy at Martinsville 2 weeks ago in the cup race. Just wanted to keep my car clean. I had a 30, I would like to say like a 35 point advantage. So worst case scenario was to wreck on like one of the first laps, but disregard everything I just said. Matthew Pont is on track.
Here he is.
So yeah, he's not going to employ the Frankie strategy now. So let's see what times he could do.
Here he comes. Gets loose off turn 4 a little bit. Has a good run there. P8 so far, 1908. There are 3 drivers right now with a 1908. That's crazy. Got a feeling that Matthew Pont's going to be a little bit faster here. Gets a better entrance, it looks like, into turn 3. Oh, yeah, much more stable in turn 4.
Much stable. He might have a better lap here.
All right.
1906. 1906 moves him up 2 spots, and he right now P6. Not a bad lap for Matthew Pont. Not a bad lap at all.
So we have 35 seconds left to go in qualifying. I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys, it looks like we've got over 20 cars in this field today, and it looks like more than half are willing to stay in the back to just not get into any issues. So I kind of like that strategy, I'm not going to lie, but I mean, 40 laps for this first stage is going to go by pretty quick. So it's going to be interesting. Frankie, I know you've got a quick little meeting to go to. I'll have you go and do that, unless you've already done it.
I have not, but I will go do that now once qualifying finishes. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Frankie. As we see Joseph Mealy in that 9 machine getting the pole. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Fantastic job by him. These guys are going to start gridding right now. And, man, look at this. 20 cars. I mean, we're going to have a lot of different strategies going on here. 150 laps. That's a lot. I mean, we saw this in Martinsville, right? 150 laps. It's not easy. It might sound like a lot of laps and whatever, but it's really not. It's actually pretty quick, assuming the race goes green. I mean, yellow flags could definitely, plague the race and things like that. But I don't know. I'm willing to bet these guys play it safe today. I would like to think so. I mean, I think a lot of these guys saw the after effects of what Martinsville was, and I think these guys want better. So gonna be a fun time. Real quick, run through of the order. Let's go to that grid action right now. Joseph Mealy in that P1 spot. Ryan Dunkelberger in P2. Nick Biddy P3. EJ Marshall, new guy in the league, but obviously really, really fast. Really, really cool guy too. Got a chance to talk to him before the race. So fantastic. P5 Michael Bennett. P6 Matthew Pont. P7 Reese Calva. Huge surprise right there, but definitely looking fast. That's a really good showing for him. P8 Brandon Shelton. P9 Ryan Pasoko. Landry Monty in P10. P11 is Michael Lanfear. Good to have him back. He was off for a couple weeks. Got a chance to talk to him as well. Really, really glad to have him back, and looking forward to see what he has to offer here today. P12 Thomas Meeks. Let's bring that order down a little bit. P13 Mitch Diamond. Fantastic run by him. Frankie Barroso. What? Frankie. P14. P15 Brian Dixon. And P16 Joseph David. Let's get these guys going on here. Who else? Oh, man. Lance Coaster in P17. Charles Bounds, P18. Looking to get into that Championship 4. Needs a good run here. Didn't qualify right here, but Obviously trying to play it safe. I like that call, to be honest. Andrew Phipps from P19, Brandon Fetterplace. We saw him a couple times back in the earlier in the season. Had a lot of good runs back there, but now he's back, and I can't wait to see what he has to do here. Robert Hissong rounding up the field in P21. Going to be a great run for these guys. Can't wait as they come off the grid. Here we go. Man, oh man. Already 1 lap to go. Safety car already has the lights off. We're going green this time, man. We are not messing around today at all. Let's go blimp cam. Oh, baby, baby. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. Safety car gave me a little, kind of juked me. Frankie, you can just feel the anticipation right now, man. I cannot wait for this race.
Yeah, we have some drivers who are really excited to go. We got Joseph Meal and Ryan Dunkelberg on the front row. 2 completely different situations there. Dunkelberger running in here for fun, but also wants that win, you know, as any driver would obviously want to win. And that 9 of Joseph Mealy fighting for a championship 4 spot. So we'll see how the night goes.
Love that. I'll tell you what, to be able to win at this track, North Wilkesboro, such historic track, and it's just such a fun time. Obviously a huge thing. As we go in green right now, Joseph Mealy, green flag is in the air into turn 1. Oh man, Ryan Dunkelberger right there alongside him. Mealy gets that move around him. Mid-pack looking good. No incidents in that turn 1 and 2. Oh, uh-oh. Ryan making that move already. Tell you what, great job by these guys in that mid-pack. Lap 1, I kind of expected some tough racing, but I think, again, these guys know they know that they have to have a clean race here.
Yep, they do, as we have a battle for the lead. Dunkelberger inside of Joseph Mealy for the lead of the race. Joseph gets that good run off. Man, can Ryan Dunkelberger roll through the corners very well. He's going to clear him. Going into turn 3. Got a little battle for, I believe, P5. It's Michael Bennett to the outside.
Oh, Reese Kelvin gets turned around. Hold on to it. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Allen, playoff driver.
Big moment right there. Let's go back and take a look. That was unfortunate. I saw that in that clip. Looks like somebody might have actually spun Reese. Let's take a look here. Let's go into that slow motion view. One thing we love to see. Let's take a look. So Reese gets real loose down here in turn 3. You can already kind of see him getting pretty out of shape. Kind of recollects himself. Not too sure what's going to go on here, but kind of want to speed it up. But right now we are about to see what's going to happen. Out of turn 4. Oh, you can kind of see him come around. Yeah. Comes right around. Charles Balance in all of this. It looks like Charles might be trying to slow up for it and just spins himself, getting hard on those brakes and just comes around. That's kind of the issue, right? About, you know, being in the back. It's like you can avoid the wrecks like Charles would have done here, you know, but sometimes slowing up too hard is what gets you in trouble. But unfortunate for these guys. Reese's, I mean, these cars don't really look too bad. I mean, Frankie, how much is you know, how much is aero dependent on a half mile here? I cannot imagine that it's going to be a huge deal for these guys, but obviously a lot of damage on those trucks. But it shouldn't really affect them too much. This track is really all about, you know, momentum and rhythm and getting around these corners. Definitely a tough call, but we're gonna get right back to it. Quick break. We're gonna head back and go check out Flemdogs. I gotta love them being on board this series. Gonna do a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. tell you what, if you're anywhere around the Van Wert, Ohio area, you better go check out Flemdogs. They are so good. A lot of cool things going on there. Tell you what, right now we're coming back to the green flag, I believe. Safety car comes down, dives in, and here we go. Ooh, a little touch in here between Dunkelberger and Joseph. Gets a huge run here on the outside, or on the inside, excuse me. And here we go.
Yeah, these guys get to do that restart all over again. Let's see what happens here. Got a couple side by side, but nothing too dramatic.
Really good racing right here by Ryan Pasoko and Landry Monty, both playoff drivers. And I'll tell you what, close racing. Ryan's already got some front end damage. Not sure if that was from that turn 1 or turn 4, excuse me, checkup there, that wreck. But either way, looking pretty good right now still.
Yeah, that damage looked to be from him getting into the back of Reese Kelva as Reese Kelva was spinning. Nothing Ryan Pasoko can do right there. Just one of those things that could be a product of just the track temp just being pretty high. It's at 104 now, not as much as it was before, but still, it's tricky for these truckers.
Oh, for sure. Right now we're seeing a lot of pink on these trucks right now. Right now it is October. It's the end. Joe DeVee gets a real snacks off that outside wall out of 2, but recollects himself. A lot of these trucks have pink on their cars. We're seeing Joe DeVee, Ryan Pasoko, Landry Monty. I mean, a lot of these guys up front having pink cars. I mean, it's right now. It's the end of October, right? This week for our league, for the Flemdogs Truck Series and the Wheels America Cup Series, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Week. Obviously, a lot of us are affected by loved ones, our mothers, or wives, or girlfriends, sisters, things like that were affected or have been affected by breast cancer. And this week, we're out here trying to raise some awareness and to honor our loved ones who might have had it or have it now, or things like that. So big shout out to all of them, all of our loved ones. I know my mom is a breast cancer survivor, Elena, and I don't know if she's watching this. She probably doesn't, but either way, I love her, and right now we're going to support her and among many others here this week. So look forward to seeing all these pink paint schemes, and yeah, man, really good cause.
Yeah, we love seeing as much pink paint schemes in the middle of October as much as we can, and breast cancer, any kind of sickness in general, whether it be cancer or whether it just be, flu or even COVID itself. It's not a joke, and people can die from just a simple common cold.
Yes, sir. Right now we got Michael Bennett making a good move on his teammate here. A lot of pink right now going on. Michael Bennett on the outside, trying to make a good move here on the outside of Landry Monty. Can't quite get it done, but lap 18, only seeing one caution. That was, that was from a car getting loose, right? Do you think we're going to see aggression, Frankie, at some point?
I would say they're seeing some aggression right now with the 19 of Michael Bennett. These guys have been racing back and forth for the last 10 laps, and it has been some good racing between, the 28, 19, and 3. But as far as like maybe the front goes, I mean, we may see some aggression out of Dunkelberger. But I don't know. Maybe right now these guys just want to take it nice and easy. They want as long of a run as possible. Got 20 laps to the end of the first stage. So it'll just be kind of dependent what's every driver's motive right now. Do they want to kind of just sit and relax, save that right side, those right side tires, or do they want to just get greedy and try to say, you know what, we only got 20 laps, I want to go now.
Exactly. Well, hey, right now on board Michael Bennett in this gyro cam. So cool to see the actual banking and how it actually affects the cars. But working real hard behind that 19 truck. Let's go back on board the front here. Joseph Mealy having a great run, obviously. Again, with the absence of Nick Lights right now, looking really, really strong. Ronnie Dunkelberger trying to steal this win away. He is definitely right alongside him. P3, EJ Marshall, new driver in the field, looking really, really good. I'll tell you what, this man right here is going to be making his Cup Series debut next season, and I believe maybe even in the trucks. Came in a little early, and look at this truck, man. This is so cool. Hashtag save the Tatas. We love to see it. Gotta love it, man. Love the awareness in that 16 truck through the field. Nick Biddy, solid run so far in that P4 spot. I mean, he has just continued to impress me in this truck series, Frankie.
Yeah, Nick Biddy, especially these last couple weeks, he has really picked up the pace. I believe he may not be in the playoffs. I don't believe he is anymore, but either way, he's still proving that he can belong up at the front of the field and saying, listen, I may not be in the playoffs. I might not be fighting for a championship, but you know what? Maybe I do deserve to be up there fighting for a championship.
That's right. Absolutely. Right behind him, Matthew Pont having a good run right now. Sitting in that P5 spot, having a really good run so far in that 38. Endercars.com Chevrolet. Looking really, really good. Tell you what, this man right here, he has won on the biggest stages this season. And, I mean, nothing else like North Wilkesboro to get it done. I'm looking at him right now, later on in this race. I think right now he might be pacing himself, kind of giving himself some space between these guys. Because I think Matthew Pont, he knows when to race and when to be aggressive. You know, from what I've seen this season, I think this is a man that we got to watch out for later on in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Pont knows how to get it done. I mean, like a couple weeks ago, he got it done at in the clutch at New Hampshire. Tire strategy playing out for him in favor of the 38 truck. But man, I mean, he's won Daytona, he's won New Hampshire, as I just said. He's won a couple more races too. I can't put my finger on it, but either way, I think he is one of the most clutch drivers in these playoffs, and in the championship four, that's all you got to be, man. You got to be clutch.
Exactly. Speaking of clutch, right now Ryan Paselko having a fantastic run, trying to get himself into that round of 4. Right now, I mean, next week is Talladega. I mean, this round is crazy, Frankie. We're going from the smallest of the small to the biggest of the big, in the span of a week. So, I mean, Ryan Paselko trying to get himself in a good position. Talladega, we know, is such a wild card race. Anything can happen. It's this is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, these especially these playoff drivers are going to be put to the test this round. I mean, you go 2 completely different racetracks. In North Wilkesboro, small and tight short track. And you go next week to the biggest track, a drafting track like Talladega.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, just want to give a little update on one of the playoff drivers, Lance Coaster. Right now, he is kind of in some danger. Right now, he is last car on the lead lap, and Joseph Mealy is catching him.
Yeah,
So
not good for sure.
Not good. You kind of, especially if you're a playoff driver like Lance is.
Well,
one way to kill your season or your race. Oh, might have made a little mistake there. Lance Coaster not in the playoffs. Sorry, Lance.
he was a playoff driver, but yeah, today he is unfortunately he was eliminated last week in Martinsville. Either way, You're right. I mean, this early in the race, we're coming to 6 to go, 5 to go actually, in stage 1. These guys definitely have to have a good run here for sure. Especially Lance, gonna try and keep his truck on the lead lap and not get passed by Joseph. Gonna be tough.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rut row moment for me. I apologize to all the viewers and to especially Lance.
This is inexcusable, Frankie.
Not my finest moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, Joseph Mealy, this is his finest moment. He is finding out a way to win, or coming real close, about to win stage 1. It's the first step in the process of trying to get this win. You can see how loose he is. Let's ride on board, actually, real quick, because this man, I can see him just wheeling this thing as he's trying to catch that lap down car of Lance Coaster.
Yeah, I think he just wants to make sure, he wants to put one car in between him and Ryan Dunkelberger, one truck, excuse me, and he just wants to make sure that Dunkelberger cannot get to him. And I think that's just another pawn moved in the chess game between Joseph Mealy and Ryan Dunkelberger.
And here we go. We're going to have 1 to go here in stage 1. of the Flemdogs Truck Series here at North Wilkesboro. Round of 8 playoffs. Awesome run by him so far. Coming around turn 2. Straightens it out. And here he is. Joseph Mealy is going to be your Stage 1 winner here at North Wilkesboro. Fantastic job by these guys. We're going to go real quick and talk to our sponsors, Flemdogs, Wheels America, and Admin Box. We'll be right back. We'll grab Joseph, and we'll go from there. All right, and here we are back at the Flemdogs Truck Series. Round of 8 action, man, here at North Wilkesboro. Joseph Mealy is your winner. I'll tell you what, Frankie, these caution laps are so short. I think we're going to let Joseph breathe a little bit. We're not going to go back and chat to him. I think he knows how good he's doing, and I'll tell you what, we do not want to break that kind of concentration, especially here in the playoffs. What are your thoughts so far? That was a pretty clean stage. We only had 1 caution.
Man, that one caution was just, driver error. Wasn't contact, and just an easy kind of mistake you can make at a place like this.
Yeah.
And I've liked the racing so far. These guys are getting better every week, and it only just shows you in that first stage how much they've improved as just a field since Martinsville.
Love to see it. Right now, we're going to be hitting stage 2 restart. Here we go. EJ Marshall on the outside line had a great restart and a great pit right there, but this is going to be a longer stage, 50 laps, about 45 actually at this point, but going to be interesting. Safety car going to be peeling down, taking that hard left turn, and here we go. Joseph Mealy leads him off. EJ gets a little bit of a wheel spin right there, but does a pretty good job collecting it. Great job by these guys. Such a strong move there by Joseph. Looking sharp as always. Back at the pack, couple of guys racing here. Dunkelberger finds himself in 6th place. Might have had a bad pit stop there, Frankie.
Yeah, might have had a bad pit stop. Might have slid into his box a little too far, or maybe it could be strategy. Maybe the top 5, 6, 7 guys might have taken 2 tires, while Dunkelberger might be the first one on 4. You never know, but it certainly doesn't look like there's much tire difference. So if I had to guess, it's probably, maybe Ryan Dunkelberger making a little bit of a mistake. Not that hard to do at a place like this. The pit road is super, super tight, and the stalls are even tighter.
Love that insight. Back at the pack here, we got Mitch Diamond in that 65. Having a good run. The truck looks pretty clean. Hasn't gotten into any issues so far, which is nice to see, especially for him. Right now, I think just riding around, looking to have a good, clean race and be there at the end.
Yeah, the bad thing. Oh, we got Nick Biddy into the wall. Backstretch. Going into 3.
Ooh, hard contact.
We were just talking about him in the first stage. But I think he's going to be, at least he's going to be running. He might be down on power.
Let's take a look at that truck real close up. You can see some damage on the right side, especially over that right rear tire, but doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I believe he was racing the 3 truck of Pasoko, and I think he just got loose and just overcorrected. Very easy to do in these trucks. Man, he's going to have a lot of work ahead of him these next 40 laps.
Thomas Meeks right now trying to get on the inside of Nick Biddy. Doing a really, really good job here. Thomas Meeks, don't be confused. Unfortunately, he was also eliminated from the playoffs last week. But his banner is still not removed from his truck, but no worries there. Everybody on the ticker right now, as I'll tell you what, Brandon Shelton is just on Nick Biddy's rear end. But going back to it, on the ticker right here on the left side of your screen, anybody in red is your up-to-date playoff drivers. So keep that in mind for sure. Anything on track might be a little wrong, but it's all good. Right now, Brandon Shelton making that. Oh no! Gets into him. Nick Biddy spins out into turn 3. Oh, saves it. It was a really, really good job, man.
Beautiful save from the 32 truck.
Woo. Uh-oh. Hold on now.
Tokyo drift.
Uh-oh. What's Biddy doing? Biddy? Biddy? Okay, he's just...
Yeah. He might have a word with them.
I was starting to get deja vu all over again from Martinsville, but all good. That yellow flag was a bit sus, I will say that. Nick Biddy never actually spun or went sideways, but it still threw out the yellow flag, so definitely interesting to see. Let's go back and take a look at what iRacing says this was a caution for.
Either way, that was a mighty fine, impressive save from that 32 truck. Tokyo drift style.
Man.
I think that just makes that little more impressive that iRacing, their prediction code was like, nope, you're definitely spinning out. This is yellow. Nick Biddy employing that Northeastern short track skills to really set that truck straight.
That was really impressive by Nick Biddy, I'm not going to lie. To your point, iRacing says, you know what? Exactly to your point, Frankie. This is a yellow for sure. And Biddy's like, nope, not going to happen today. Not on my watch. Does a great job saving that. I'll tell you what, but caution number 2, that shouldn't have been a caution. I'll take it. I'll tell you what, lap 55 looking pretty good. It has some damage here on the left and right rear of that truck, but honestly, not too bad. Looking pretty good. I think he's going to be just fine. And even after all that, he still finds himself P8. So really, really good job by Nick Biddy. We are under our second caution. Let's throw it back to a quick ad. Commercial by one of our fantastic and awesome sponsors. We'll be right back. I'll tell you what, if you guys are not using an admin box, you should definitely go out and check one out. They are absolutely fantastic for race control and anything in your iRacing needs. Here we go. Beginning of stage 2 again. I'll tell you what, Joseph Mealy just blasts out of that outside corner. Matthew Pont, we talked about him earlier. I said, hey, you know what? Watch this man. He's going to be good later on in this race. And here he is. He's coming through.
Yeah, right now in a little bit of a side-by-side with Ryan Dunkelberger. And we'll see who prevails. I don't think Matthew Pond's going to give him much room, but we'll see who prevails out of this. I'm trying. They need to both try to work together to get to that 9 truck of Joseph Mealy, but at the same time, Matt Pont is Joseph's teammate. Maybe he realizes, hey, maybe I don't have a sacrifice truck. I'm going to try to hold up that 26 truck as long as I can to help my teammate.
Fantastic job by these guys. Matthew Pont and Ryan Dunkelberger had some shortcomings 2 weeks ago at Martinsville. When Nick and Dunkelberger got into that contact, Nick's teammate Matthew here didn't quite like it and roughed him up. So definitely understandable. Close teammates. You're not going to want to see your boy get wrecked or get beat up. So wanted to see how these guys race each other today at North Wilkesboro in a very similar setting, and so far so good. Further back in the pack, Nick Biddy, a little blinky blink right there, not too bad though. Getting around the outside of Brian Dixon. Really good truck guy. Brian Dixon right now in the Cup Series, trying to make his playoffs work even more. Finds himself in the round of 12, trying to make his way into the round of 8. This Thursday at Auto Club, going to be a really fun race. Usually a fan favorite every single season. Always such a good race and just fun to watch. So cannot wait for that. That's Thursday at 9:30 here on this channel. Going to be really cool. Thomas Meeks right in the back of him. Trying to make a good run here. I don't know. Honestly, he's kept the nose pretty clean. I mean, the nose, well, it's not clean. It's got a big old dent in it, but
yeah, I would say every other part of the truck is clean except the nose. But obviously, but I looked at it. Nothing really Thomas could do there. I believe he also got into the back of the 3 truck on that first yellow with Reese Kelva. Just a stack-up effect after that. Just short track racing.
Yeah. Just one of those things. Aerodynamics don't really play a huge role into this, but I mean, these guys, how much Frankie is coming off the corner? I mean, are you turning with your throttle here, or is it really just a matter of just trying to balance that shifting and gearing?
I think it really depends on your driving style. If you like you like to turn with more of the front end, like with the right front out of the corner, then I think the aerodynamics you're gonna need. You don't want to obviously tear up the right front, but if you steer more with the throttle, then I don't think aerodynamics will be as huge of a deal. But I think it'll still hurt you either way. It depends how much. Because again, aero doesn't just affect out of the corner; it affects going into it, the middle of the corner, and just how much speed you can carry through the corner.
Completely agree. Thomas makes a great dive right there. Ooh, lane fear gets a little deep into that turn 1. Almost sends Biddy around. Great job by not doing that. Back at the pack here, we're seeing Mitch Diamond honestly taking a Sunday cruise back here in 13th. But honestly, hey, listen, the truck looks good. This is a hard track. I mean, these guys are putting on a good show. It's not as easy as it looks, trust me. And just out here having a good old time. Love to see it.
Yeah, I think Mitch might be employing his
strategy. Hold on now. Brandon Shelton gets in the back of... Oh, we had a big old wreck here entering turn 3 for our 4th caution of the day. Let's go back and take a good old look here at what happens. Another incident here where it wasn't really necessarily somebody getting spun into or hit, but it looks like Landry Monty here, playoff driver, needs a really good run, finds himself above the cut line, but just gets loose, a little bit loose out of turn 2.
Looks like an almost carbon copy of what happened.
Yeah, just
looks like what happened to the 4 truck of Reese Calvo.
Makes a good save, keeping it off the wall. I mean, I got to give him that. Brian Dixon has nowhere to go. Slams the brakes there a little bit too hard. Definitely, that was the caution causer right there. But overall, really good job. This track is just so tight and so small that, it's really hard to get out of the way of these guys as they're spinning. But overall, good job by these guys. Shouldn't hurt these guys too much. But Landry Monty definitely did not need this. Needs a good run today for sure. Meanwhile, more pit stops here. Joseph Mealy's still up front, having a really fantastic run. We're going to do a quick shout out to one of our sponsors. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back here at the Flemdogs Truck Series round of 8 action. Man, here at North Wilkesboro, awesome, awesome old school track. Can't wait to see how these guys do. Joseph Mealy currently is your leader, and I believe at this point has led every single lap. He is just that dominant right now. Followed closely behind Ryan Dunkelberger and then EJ Marshall. Such a great job right now.
Yeah, Joseph has done a great job out front. Ryan Dunkelberger has done a really good job as well, making his way through the top 5, and now he's in 2nd place. Now we're going to maybe try to challenge that 9 truck of Joseph Mealy. And right there, sitting in 3rd, Matthew Pont, working on getting some really good stage points. And behind him, another playoff driver, Ryan Pasoko, also looking to get some more stage points.
Such a good job by Ryan so far in this race today. Needs good finishes, needs stage finishes too. Those playoff points are so big, and stage points are so big. Right now, Joseph's going to be leading him off the turn 4. And there they go. Matthew Pondy gets a great finish, or a great start there as well on the inside, but I feel like the outside lane here is the most preferable.
Maybe if you're
Joseph makes it. Oh, Joseph, sorry to cut you off, Frankie, but Joseph gets on the outside wall actually. Man,
ooh, all good. I was just about to say. I mean, the outside. If he can really pinch someone to the bottom of the track, they can't squirt back to the throttle like they'd want to. But if you give them enough room, then that bottom lane will prevail at one point or another.
Man, Michael Lanphier in the turn 1 and 2 grass right there collects it. We stay green.
And these guys are going to try to get as aggressive as possible because you have around 13 laps to go to the end of stage 2. I think Ryan Dunkelberger is going to want this stage win because although he's not going to get, he will still get the stage points. He's not going to earn that playoff point because he's not eligible. But what he wants is that clean air.
That's right.
At the start of stage 3, he's going for a win. And what can give him the best opportunity to win? Go past that 9 truck right now.
Absolutely. Right now, a lot of these guys in the mid-pack looking really, really good. A lot of close racing back there at the beginning of the restart. I'll tell you what, they were getting pretty dicey, but right now it seems like they're kind of fanning out, which is definitely a good thing to see. Awesome job by these guys. Back up front, Joseph Mealy, still dominant performance right now. Ryan Dunkelberger, I'll tell you what, Matthew Pont, we talked about him earlier, Frankie. I said, hey, don't sleep on this guy. He's going to be there at the end, and here he is right now in P3.
Yeah, doing a nice job. Running this almost the same lap times as the leader. Right now he's almost a tenth faster that last time by. Let's see what happens this time by. Nope, it changes the other direction. That's just short track racing. You think you're faster than someone by a tenth? You feel good. Next lap, nope, they're a tenth. They're flipping that back on you.
Man, oh man, here we go. EJ Marshall, back just a quick check on him. Back in P4, fantastic run so far for him. Clean race, one of our newer guys, right? And all we ask of a newer guy is hey, you know what? Have a good race, have a clean race, and just be respectful, right? So far, he's having that kind of a day where he's just really, really professional, and like he's there, but he's not there. You know what I mean? So, love to see it.
Yeah, I believe EJ understands his role. He understands, listen, I may have the speed to win this race, but I want to earn the respect of my competitors, and I don't want to ruin anyone's race. My first time on the track.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, Ryan Pasoko right now trying to get that position in front of him. EJ's truck is nice and clean. Ryan does have some damage there on the front end, but it really shouldn't affect him a whole lot. I just wonder if that'll help, hurt his turn in, turn out, things like that. But overall, looking pretty good. I think the thing to worry about, Frankie, maybe is your tires, right? I mean, obviously you don't want to hit the wall so hard that your toe link breaks or things like that, or maybe you're off camber at that point.
You don't want to get into the outside wall hard. I mean, even though it is a short track, you can slightly brush the wall with these trucks, but at the same time, you almost don't want to get in the wall because it feels like if you get in the wall, you're just going to lose momentum. You're losing time and you're losing body work as well. So I think coming down to the finish, you're like, okay, is there enough room out here? If I hit the wall, if I, scrape the wall, you know what? Oh, well, but I think now these guys, they've just passed halfway. About 10 laps past halfway. I think these guys just want a nice, clean truck for the start of stage 3.
That's
Put
right.
themselves in the best position possible.
And stage 3 is quickly approaching. We're seeing Brandon Shelton make a huge dive in here at turn 2, right on Thomas Meeks. Great job passing him there. Joseph Mealy back up front, still looking so good. Lap 88. And here we are. 2 laps to go until the stage 2 end. Fantastic job by all these guys, especially Joseph, looking to lock himself into the round, or the championship 4, excuse me. I'll tell you what, if you're Joseph right now, I mean, locking yourself into the round of 4 is such a good thing, man, because next week, Talladega, you want to avoid that at all costs, because you just know how much of a sideshow that can be.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Joseph does not want to worry about Dega at all. He wants to just win this race and be at the local Applebee's. As he comes out of turn 4, he's going to win the stage 2.
Awesome job by Joseph Mealy. You just reminded me about the Applebee thing. What's that driver's name that always does really good when he's when the track is next to an Applebee's? Man,
I believe it's
Mike Harmon.
I believe it's Mike Harmon. Yeah. There's a statistic out there where if there is an Applebee's within 5 miles of a racetrack where Mike Harmon races, his average finish goes up 5 spots.
I'll tell you what, that's a man who's got his priorities in line. And who else has his priorities in line? Joseph Mealy, winner of stage 2. Top 10 rounding it off is Ryan Dunkelberger, Matthew Pont, EJ Marshall, Ryan Pasoko, Michael Bennett, Brian Dixon, Thomas Meeks, Lance Coaster, and Nick Biddy. Fantastic job. These guys are going to pit. We're going to go hit the sponsors real quick. We'll be right back. All right, and here we are back at the Flemdogs Truck Series live with Joseph Mealy. Has completely dominated this entire race so far. Joseph, man.
Where am I?
I know. What? All right, guys, we are back. Flemdogs Truck Series live here at North Wilkesboro. Right now, we got Joseph Mealy here looking so good. Let's get a word with him real quick. Joseph, man, how you feeling so far today?
But I'm having a blast. This is a fun little racetrack. Save the speedway.
I'd love to see it, man. Hey, you're completely dominating. What's it going to mean if you win this thing? You get to completely advance your way through Talladega, get to skip that mess, and then advance to Homestead.
If I can get through to Talladega or through to Homestead, I'm gonna race up front all of next week. So if not, you'll see me in the back.
Love to see it, buddy. Hey, we're gonna send you back. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, here we go. Green flag in the air. Joseph Mealy gets a great run right here after turn 1. This man, he is on the move today. Great restart by him. Back in the pack. We see some movement here. Mitch Diamond in the 65 gets a little bit caught up right there. Everyone looking really, really clean, though. I'm loving the respect right here. We have 55 laps to go. Man, Frankie, are these guys going to have to pit one more time under green? What are we thinking?
Oh, good question. I think they should all be in their window. I think it's just plain racing right here. Don't worry about fuel. Just simply just go.
Love to see it. Man, Ryan Pasoko here in P5, excuse me. Awesome run. He needs this run right here. I'll tell you what, because Talladega, you just don't know how it's going to be, right? It's just that looming question mark.
Yeah, I think Pasoko is doing everything he needs to do right now. Take advantage of everybody who's not here, and take advantage of your strengths. Pasoko is a great short track racer. We saw it in the Cup Series, and we see it right here, right now. I mean, taking advantage of his opportunities, and right now, I think he's doing a great job.
Let's see it. David, I'm being told his name is David. Excuse me. Fantastic job by him in that six truck bonefish truck. Love seeing that paint scheme for the breast cancer awareness and making a move, trying to around Brandon Shelton. Trying to get a good run here.
Yeah, these three cars, the 2 truck, the 6 truck, and the 41, they're all battling for the lucky dog spot.
And, oh no, Charles Bounds gets a little loose right there. Does a great job saving it. I'll tell you what. Hey, Charles Bounds. We talked about him last time, right? Earlier in the race. This is a man looking to try to get into the championship for tonight. Couple big things, right? We're seeing 3 playoff drivers not in tonight's race. Nick Leitz because of the race ban penalty. Josh Larson not in tonight's race. Had some family situations. Right, family is way more important than this can be, so he's dealing with that, and we love and respect that for sure. And then Michael Klein, another playoff guy who's been making a great run, not here today. So for somebody like Charles Bounds, just starting the race today is huge for him. So great to see these guys having a really good show right now.
Just wanted to bring up something.
Yes, sir.
The 16 of EJ unfortunately spun off the exit of turn 2.
Oh no.
Yeah, just seeing it right now. I mean, just gets loose. And the worst part is that wasn't even a caution. He unfortunately didn't stay on track, or at least slid well enough where it caused a caution. That right there should have been an iRacing caution immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, just unless there's another caution that comes out for another reason, this will completely derail the great debut that Edward Marshall, or EJ, was having tonight.
Let's go take a look over here. We're seeing him on board, or not on board, but up above here. Yeah, it gets around in that turn 2, that 16 truck. I mean, we've seen this exact thing, Frankie, a couple times in tonight's race.
Yeah, we've seen it. That is the 3rd time that's happened, where someone gets a little too greedy on exit and spins it around. And it caught out someone in the beginning of stage 1, it caught out someone in stage 2, and now it's caught out someone in stage 3. So, unfortunately, no more guaranteed yellows. Like I said, Edward Marshall, or EJ, is going to have to really rely on somebody else making a mistake. And right now, how spread out it is, besides a couple people, I don't know if that's going to happen. These guys have raced super clean and just really respecting each other's boundaries really well.
It's really true. I mean, these guys are just doing such a great job. I mean, right now, you've got Dungelberger 1.1 seconds back. A lot of things are happening right now on track. A couple guys out of the race. These things happen. Obviously, short track action is not going to be the easiest thing, but sometimes people have to start in park or start the race, and maybe they can't make the session, but all good, totally fine. 3 drivers currently. I'll tell you what, Marshall, he had that spin out. He's not even a lap down, Frankie. How is that possible?
Oh, I do know how it's possible. That's great driving. He recognized quickly that it wasn't going to be yellow, got in his high horse, and gunned it as hard as he could out of the grass, kept himself on the lead lap. If there's a caution coming out, if there's a caution that comes out here in the next, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 laps, man, that'll really save his race. But right now, I just don't know if it's going to happen. We haven't seen the typical beating and banging here. We haven't seen a lot of contact. Most of the contact has been because somebody else has spun the rear tires and are in the middle of spinning out.
That's right. Either way, a fantastic job by these guys keeping it clean. Martinsville, obviously, we knew was going to be kind of a mess, right? In the sense of just getting around the track and maybe contact. It's just really tight. I feel like North Wilkesboro here, it's kind of wide in a way. It's got like 3 lanes, maybe 4 lanes, depending on how you want to do it. But it's not racy in those lanes, but there's room to you know, for I guess a margin of error.
Yeah, right now, I mean, short track, just as short of a margin of error, like you said, and just really trying to get into the corner without sliding the right rear and not trying to push up tight. It's very hard to do when the times are this close. I mean, right now the gap between first and second is in fact just 1 second.
Oh man, Matthew Pond.
Wow, Steve, you were just talking about a Matt Pond getting very loose in the middle of the corner. Keeps it, I think, to minimal damage on the outside wall. Great job.
Has some right rear damage there. You can kind of see here below that Good Wrench logo, but honestly, that really shouldn't affect him too much, but it does allow Ryan Pasoko to catch up.
Yeah, it allows Pasoko to see, listen, this guy's making mistakes. Let me see if I can maybe make him make one more mistake. But either way, great save by Matt Pond. And that could have been at least a 5-10 point swing if he goes a lap down.
Oh, yeah.
And it's every point matters, and especially to these guys running first, third, and fourth, and even sixth with Landry Monty. It's really important to them to have good days with 3 playoff guys not showing up tonight.
Yes, sir. Taking a look back at Thomas Meeks right now, that truck looks pretty good still. I mean, that front end still has that damage from that lap 2 incident. But besides that, he's kept it off the wall. Maybe not. That right rear looks a bit beat up, but overall having a good run right now in P9. This is a tough track. These guys, you know, this is a good learning curve for them, and I'm fairly certain this is going to be back on the schedule for next season, season 2, starting January 4th. Little plug there. So that'll be really, really cool.
Yeah, these guys have I think these guys love this track, and they love the slipping and sliding. They love the old school nature of this track. And I think it might be a fan favorite to come back next season in the Truck Series Season 2.
Yes, sir. Right now, Matthew Pont having a bit of a struggle here. Ron Pasoko has gotten around him, or at least trying to real hard. Let's take a look on board. Man, he is right there.
Yeah, Pasoko's going to have to work really hard to get this pass. He's going to have to roll through the center. Unfortunately, cannot put the power down on exit like he wants to. Going to maybe try to roll through the center in the middle 1 and 2. Stays really low. Can't roll that center good enough. Matthew Pont going to have a little run on exit. Let's see if he can do the same thing in 3 and 4. Oh, right there. Pasoko really good in the center of the corner.
Oh, gets into him.
No harm, no foul. That's short track racing.
Man, riding on board with Matthew Pont. That was close.
That was close. I think Matt Pont, I think if Matt Pont stays in the gas, I think they're both wrecking. I think Matt Pont makes a wise decision saying, hey, this 3 truck needs more points than I do. But what I don't want is I don't want to have a bad finish.
That's right.
I have basically a guaranteed at least top 4 spot right now, or at least top 5 if this stays green. I want to save my truck, and I want to save my season.
Yes, sir. Lap 125 of 150. We are 25 laps to go already, Frankie. This race is flying by, and that's a good thing because we didn't expect that. We thought this might be a caution fest. Speaking of caution fest, Michael Lanphier gets real super loose right there in front of VJ Marshall. Makes a great job as far as collecting that back up. Man.
Yeah, to come back to that point, I'd be the first to tell you I was not looking forward to this race. I was thinking a lot of people, you know, race control's job a couple weeks ago was as tough as you can get it. You know, I don't think any race control likes kicking people out of the race. You know, and I think right now, I think they might be repaying the favor. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Well, hey, last week was last week, and this week is a brand new day. These guys have seemingly learned their mistakes and having a really, really good run for it. Joseph Mealy right here, looking to punch his ticket to the Championship 4 at Homestead. Man, he's looking so good today.
Yeah, right now, the dominant truck, I believe he's led either almost every lap or every lap. Either way, he has been very, very dominant.
So good, for sure. A couple of guys back at the pack. Mitch Diamond and then Brian Dixon, P8, both having quiet days, but so far pretty good. I mean, Mitch has some damage here. He had some, his truck was looking pretty clean earlier, but has some right front damage. Overall, not too bad. Finds himself 7th. Looking to capitalize on some mistakes if these guys in the front start to get racy.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's really close enough to really, like, kind of battle it out. I think the closest battle, at least right now, is the battle for, I believe, the 4th spot. And it's kind of, these guys are not all wrapped in a blanket. I mean, you got the 38 truck of Matthew Pont, the 19 truck of Michael Bennett behind him, another playoff guy, Landry Monty, in 6th, who's about less than a second back from Bennett, and then less than a second from Landry is Mitch Diamond. And then around a second behind him is Brian Dixon. So these guys are not exactly all under a blanket per se, but these guys can see each other and they want that ground.
Yes, sir. 19 laps to go. We're seeing Matthew Pont making that move around the lap down car of Lance Coaster. Great job by Lance getting out of the way there, making it easy for them to move around.
Yeah, but like you said, this race is going by quick. Like I said before, I didn't expect this. I thought we'd be here until 11:30 at night. Right now, it's about 10:25 on the East Coast, and this race is almost over. Less than 20 laps to go.
You love to see it.
Yeah, coming to 16 laps to go. Coming for Joseph Mealy.
Charles balanced that lap down car, trying to make it. Ooh, hits the wall there out of turn 4, but trying to make it easy on these guys. He is a playoff driver, but I'll tell you what, trying to make a good race, keep the car clean. Obviously has had trouble with that today, but got involved in that lap 2 incident. But you know what? Again, P16, overall not too bad. They're really going to have a good race today. 3 playoff drivers out of the race for multiple reasons. I mean, this is a man looking to just get points today and move his way to Talladega. Anything can happen in Talladega. So we'll see.
Yeah, he might not have the best finish tonight, as he's 2 laps down, sitting in 16th. But either way, he showed up tonight, and that's a plus either way.
I'll tell you what, a plus right now is Frankie not putting on his steel-toe boots, because a couple weeks ago at Martinsville, man, he was just, I'll tell you what, you were just sending people. But today, much better race. That's got to make you feel happy, man.
Well, I know this will make me feel happy, but what you said about me earlier didn't make me feel happy. took a little dig at me. Steve, I see it.
I'll tell you what, right now, this race has gone by so quick, so good. What would a caution do right now?
Oh, that would think of the world and flip it upside down. That would be what would happen. And I'll tell you who's getting a little really close for comfort. That 19 truck and that 28 truck. They've been around each other all race long, and right now it seems like that 28 truck really wants that 5th position, but Michael Bennett is not going to make that easy on him.
No, sir, but for Landry Monty, ooh, almost gives him a little kiss right there, but Landry Monty, oh, he does. Look at that shove he just gives him. Man. This is a man. Monty needs these points. If you're a playoff driver, you need all the points you can get, and getting in front of Michael Bennett right now is that one more point. Gets real loose out of turn 2. Trying to get everything out of that truck he can.
Yeah, he sees that one spot ahead of him, and he knows that could be the difference between him moving on for a chance to race for the championship, or him racing for pretty much nothing in the next 2 weeks. It does look like I think he is a bit faster than Michael Bennett. Unfortunately, the sand is running. You know, the sand in the timer is running down. the clock on the watch is running down. Either expression you want to use.
It is tough. Michael Bennett hit the wall there on the outside of turn 2, entering into that corner. But right now, man, Monty is trying everything he can. We'll come back to that. I've got a feeling they're not. Oh, he sends it in. Oh man!
I'm telling you, one person who certainly doesn't want that.
I'll tell you what.
That's the guy who's leaning. he wants no, please don't get near each other, please. Stay on track. Don't hit each other.
If there's a caution that comes out, I feel like it's going to come from one of those two drivers.
Yeah, Landry is really charging the corner. I think what he needs to do is focus on the exit, because you can see right there, out of turn 2, he is very loose. He is not taking care of those rear tires. I think he needs to focus more on the exit of the corner than on the entry of the corner.
I'll tell you what, with 6 laps to go, I think he lost his shot at this point. It's going to be real tough to make that gap back up.
Yeah, I think so too. But again, one mistake from Michael Bennett, and that 28 truck is right to the back of that 19 truck. But I'll tell you what, he might have to start playing some defense here with Mitch Diamond. Again, Mitch is not a playoff driver, so he doesn't care. He doesn't really care what.
That's right.
Entry. He doesn't care. He wants this 1 point now. It doesn't matter if it'll help Mitch or not. And right behind him is Brandon Shelton, who unfortunately has not had the race he wanted, but man, he is really fast.
Looking fantastic right now. The man of the hour is definitely Joseph Mealy, trying to get around this loud traffic, but has an almost 2-second lead over Ryan Dunkelberger.
Yeah, I think over the radio, Joseph, I wouldn't say not happy, but definitely would love that 16 truck to get out of the way. But, you know, because I believe it's costing him about a tenth or two every lap. And you never know what may happen as we come to 2 to go right here.
Here it is. Joseph Mealy in that 9 truck trying to make this Darwin performance locked in right now. Gets to advance past Talladega next week and knows he's going to be locked into the championship 4 at Homestead in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, as he comes out of 4, he wants to see that white flag. He's going to get it. Just a dominant performance from Joseph Mealy. And right now, I think all he wants to do is burnouts right now. He's just going to make it around a couple of those corners, and he's going to be spraying that champagne.
And here he is, Joseph Mealy in that 9 machine. Takes the W here, the checkered flag at North Wilkesboro for the Flemdogs Truck Series. Advances himself into the Championship 4 at Homestead. Awesome, awesome run and win by him today. P2 is going to be Ryan Dunkelberger. P3 is going to be Ryan Pasocco. P4 is Matthew Pont. P5 is Michael Bennett. Awesome run by him. Ooh, get some little bit okay. Monty, come on now. We saw that. Landry Monty, P6. Mitch Diamond, P7. Thomas Meeks, P8. Really, really good run by him to finish that one out. Brian Dixon, P9. And then EJ Marshall having a huge run back there, finishing P10. Awesome job by these guys. We're going to get the top 3. Look at those burnouts, man. Such a good job by him. Huge win for him today. Awesome job by Joseph Mealy in that Zion nicotine pouch Toyota Tundra. Oh man, to be able to advance your way, you know, to go to Talladega next week and just know that you've got nothing to worry about. That Homestead's coming. Such a good time.
Sorry, Steve.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Frankie, we're going to grab our top 3 if you can, and then we're going to have a good old time here talking to these guys.
10-4, let's do it.
All right, folks, we are back here at the Flemdogs Truck Series at North Wilkesboro. We're going to talk to our top three right now. Fantastic job by all these guys. Ryan Pasoko in that 3 Sweets by Caitlin truck. Man, Ryan, dude. P3, what an awesome run. You've been kicking some serious ass in the Cup Series as of late. And then today, another P3 podium finish. How are your thoughts, man? How was the race?
It was a good race. I was happy with it. Happy to be racing up here front with these guys, and yeah, it's been a struggle here to run well and stay out of trouble. But um, like you said, the last few weeks, been able to do that and come away with some good finishes. So yeah, happy with third.
Love to hear it, man. Hey, obviously, next week at Talladega, going to be kind of a shootout. Obviously, we know, how much of a wild card that's going to be. But today's performance, I think, will definitely help your playoff standings. Really, really good to see, man. Any shout outs you want to give out? And we'll see you next week at Talladega, man.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for Talladega. Should be interesting, and just thank Sweets by Caitlin for all the support, and I just thank you guys for having me part of the series. It's been fun. Enjoy racing the trucks, and Thursday nights is good too. So we'll see what we can do there this Thursday.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, guys, that's Ryan Pizzocco. Congratulations, buddy. We'll catch you later on. We're going to bring in, I believe, Ryan Dunkelberger, our P2 position. Fantastic job by him as well. Let's drag him on in here. Ryan Dunkelberger, hey, man, such a great job by you getting that P2. Obviously, you were still fast, right, the entire race. But that 26 truck, how are you feeling after that performance? I mean, did you really have anything for Joseph, or was he just really that much more dominant today?
Yeah, it was a good performance. I think we had something for him at the end there. I think lap traffic kind of depicted that one. Obviously some bad blood still brewing here. I don't know what I got to do to get the respect of the guys, but yeah, lap traffic kind of ruined that one for us. For the most part. But I did make a mistake, and I thought we were able to get to him at the end there. Luckily, lap traffic kind of affected him too, and gave me a little bit of wiggle room. But made one mistake and couldn't get back up to him. But yeah, hats off to Joseph. He ran a perfect race.
Love to hear it, man. Hey, next week, obviously, we know you're not in the playoffs, but Talladega is one of those tracks that is obviously a huge wild card. How do you feel about it? I mean, I guess, what do you think we're going to see out of Talladega next week?
The unpredictability it is. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. You can never go in there and guarantee yourself a win. Joseph and Nick Leeds, those guys, they run this series right now, and they're obviously top dog. But going in there, I don't think any of those two can really expect to guarantee themselves a win. As well as the rest of the guys, I think it's just unpredictable and anything can happen.
Love to hear it, man. Hey, next week we're going to see you. Cannot wait to see that. See how the race goes. Give us your shout outs, man, and good luck next week. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, I just gotta thank Haas Engineering, keeping it real, esports. Can't thank those guys enough. They helped me out a ton. Brandon Bowie and Brandon Six. You'll see them on Thursday, and yeah, without them, I don't think I'd be all that good, especially in the Cup Series. But yeah, I can't thank those guys enough. Everybody at home, my girlfriend, everyone that has introduced me to racing. This is pretty awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Race fans, that was Ryan Dunkelberger in that 26 Haas Ford. Man, I'll tell you what, really, really good driver. Next, we're going to bring in our man of the hour, Joseph Mealy. Fantastic job by this man. I'll tell you what, super, super dominant performance by Joseph. I feel like we're having this conversation a lot, man, today, but looking really, really good. I think you might have led all the laps. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll tell you what, it felt like it. Talk to us about this win and the fact that you get to surpass the wild card that is Talladega and head straight to Homestead.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I don't know. I've been looking forward to this all season long just to get to Homestead. I can't believe I got to get Talladega out of the way. That's so exciting. I get to go have fun next week and bullcrap with everybody. And yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, if Nick was here tonight, rather, don't think I would have won. But I knew it was an opportunity to lock myself in, and I had to take it. And I was not going to be refused. I told myself all day I was going to win, and that's what I did. So it's awesome.
Love to see it, man. Hey, obviously, I mean, Talladega. It's a good. Talladega is kind of cool, right? Because I mean, obviously, you've got teammates Nick and Matthew Pont and things like that. Is this going to be a good time for you, maybe as a teammate who's already locked into Homestead, to maybe help them at Talladega, where this is a perfect time to form those alliances, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Talladega and Daytona for me is I am terrible at leading, horrible, the worst, very bad, no good. And so I prefer pushing. And so with the tandems and everything, the way I see it is if I'm pushing a teammate to the win, I won the race too. So there's about a 99.9% chance you'll see me pushing somebody next week. Unless I can go for it, I will. But that. But yeah, no, I would love to push Nick or Matt or whoever decides to show up next week to the win. So
Awesome, man. Love to hear it.
yeah.
Tell you what, huge and just awesome performance today by you. Give your shout outs, man, and then we'll see you next week. Again, congratulations on the win. Just a great showing by you at a famous North Wilkesboro track.
Thank you. Of course, my grandparents first and foremost. I know my Mima's out there watching, so thank you. Love you. Um, Obviously, my buddies Nick, Matt, Aaron, Cody, Mike. I love all you guys. I don't know, just having fun. I love this. Tuesday nights are so great. They make me so happy. This is so great.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Tell you what, Joseph Mealy here in the Nine Machine. Awesome, great job by him. Frankie, let's bring you in real quick. We'll talk to you, have a little debrief here about this race, and just a good job by these guys. I'll tell you what, this race, I expected it to be, kind of crazy. I expected it to be kind of one of those races where, it was going to be just nuts and just, all kinds of different things going on and whatever else, right? But North Wilkesboro yet again proves to be just a classic track and just an awesome experience to be a part of. Watch as and broadcast, take the call for it. There's no better feeling than winning at these tracks, right? It's kind of like the Fenway Park of racing, right? Just such an old historic track, Frankie. In your life as race control, seemed like it was pretty easy today, man. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel great that there wasn't a ton of race controlling to do. These guys on track did a great job of racing clean, racing with respect, and just taking on such a tough track like North Wilkesboro. Again, all my success, at least in race control perspective, has to go to the guys on track who made sure that I didn't get too involved. I don't think much race control wants to get involved, but I'm super glad that this race definitely was a surprise for me personally.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, great to see. Let's see if we can bring up the results real fast, just to show that we can, we know what we're doing here. Perfect. It says, oh wait, hold on now. This has qualifying results. Okay, we're in shambles, Frankie.
Yeah, we're in a bit of shambles here.
All right. Well, I don't know who our producer is, but we're gonna fire them real quick. Just kidding. It's me. I'll tell you what. Either way, great job by these guys. And hold on now. Come on. I know this is the post race, so we can be kind of shambly. I mean, I'll tell you what. Top 10. These guys, I mean, had a great race. Obviously, Charles Bounds. I mean, 2 laps down. Needed a good performance today, I feel like. But then again, right? I mean, Talladega is one of those tracks that anything can happen. So it's not that he had a bad race today. It's just that the track is tough. And next week he's going to bounce back. But every other playoff driver in the field today had a really good run. It's going to be tough. Talladega is going to be a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, I've got a feeling that Talladega is going to be one of our biggest fields of the season. Just knowing what kind of race that is and what it can bring. So definitely, folks, if you're watching right now, do not miss next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Going to be a really, really fun time. And as it always is. If you're new to the channel, definitely follow, definitely subscribe, hit all the buttons, except the dislike one. We kind of frown upon that one, but all good either way. We love you. Frankie, any final thoughts before we head off today?
No, I mean, just, at least it was just a thank you from everyone watching, everyone who subbed, everyone who clicked that notification bell. Thank you guys. You guys are making us just, better at our jobs, and just obviously you guys are what really flows in the broadcasting stuff for the league itself. So just thank you to everyone who's watched, subscribed, and hit that notification bell.
You love to hear it. Well, hey, this is Frank. That was Frankie Barroso. I'm Steve Tucker. We'll see you next this Thursday. I'll tell you what. Wheels America Cup Series at Auto Club. It is a combination that you do not want to miss. Always puts on a fantastic show in a great race. That is one race you want to see. And, Frankie, it's also, again, it's the playoffs. Round of 12. Who's going to make it? Who's not going to make it? It's going to be crazy. Another cutoff race. So many guys trying to vie for that top 8 in that round of 12. So, going to be awesome. We'll see you guys next Thursday. This Thursday for Auto Club. Next Tuesday is going to be Talladega. A doubleheader week, actually, for Talladega in the Cup Series and Truck Series. But we'll see you guys next week. Have fun. Stay safe. And we love you.
I didn't mean to click on that. I'm trying to get out of it. 0-2. I was going through. I hate red dots. I said new mentions, so I was just getting rid of the red dots. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. I think I figured it out. See you guys.
Are we clear?